Hey everyone, this is Saban Bertu and we are live in Dubai.
Live in Dubai.
Today we have very special guest in the studio and we're gonna talk about beauty and lifestyle. And when we are talking about beauty and lifestyle, we have to talk about Rawan. So welcome Rawan to the show.
Welcome.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
So tell us more about you, Rawan. How you define yourself?
I define myself first of all as a woman. I'm a woman who is hardworking, who is dedicated, who loves her family, who loves traveling around the world, and who loves her career so much, and is very ambitious and very strong, and wishes to set an example to other women around the world.
Yes, you have very amazing story because you are not just like an influencer, but at the same time you have passions about a lawyer. So how you find that balance between your passion for lawyer and teaching and the same time like social media?
Okay, I love law so much because law is a universal law. It's what governs the way we speak to each other, the way we behave, the way this universe works. I love it, but I don't think I would ever be a lawyer. Maybe one day in the future, I don't know. But for now, I think I'm too emotional to be a lawyer. This is why I really want to do my master's, my PhD, and maybe teach law. I also have Rawan's Initiative for Law, which is a legal society in Kuwait, my home country. And it has various aims like humanitarian, because we do humanitarian activities and fundraisers, a legal aspect, which is attending conferences, workshops, and even arranging our own workshops, because we are the members of Rawan's Initiative for Law are law students, law graduates, and lawyers, practicing lawyers in Kuwait. So we have a variety of ages and categories we can learn from each other. And a social aim, because at the end of the day you are meeting other lawyers and other law students, and you are building really a very good relationship with people who are within your field. So that's for law. Rawan, the social media influencer, I guess it's just within every girl to love fashion and beauty, and
I see also in terms of the story about how you really jumping on the space because it was by accident. Because you was just using social media and then they take some of your stuff without your permission and they post it on TV station.
Okay, so the story that I previously said was I had a high school sweetheart and I really wanted to piss him off. And how do you do that? What's better than showing off on social media? So I decided to open up an Instagram page and post some nice photos of me and also write Arabic poetry about him.
Yes.
And then one of the biggest broadcasting channels in the Middle East, which was NBC, took all my articles and my pictures and reposted them under the title "The Kuwaiti Writer That Looks Like Brooke Shields." And I was trending on Twitter, and everyone was like, how is she Kuwaiti? Where does she live? Who is she? And then within 4 years, I have 4 million followers. So I guess it's by chance.
That's amazing. So how did you develop that? How did you develop your blog or your social media to be focused on fashion, beauty, and traveling? How did you come to that?
So as I said, it started by chance. But here's the thing. When you get people to follow you on social media, it's very tricky, because I can get now 1 million people to follow me, I don't know, by doing a giveaway or by having a shout out from another celebrity. But how do you get people to consistently watch you and consistently follow you, to wait for what you will be posting tomorrow and after tomorrow and what you will be sharing? It's by having a story. Because if you're just gonna look nice, people are gonna follow you for a month, for 2, for a year, or whatever, but you won't be able to grow that community. At the end of the day, it's like I call it my social media family. So you have to have a story, you have to be relevant, people have to feel like they can connect to you, they can relate to you. So I guess by being this young student who lived abroad and on her own and worked with big brands, that was kind of inspiring to a lot of other women.
So that's exciting. So the day in the life of yourself? Like, what does that look like?
Well, you have to ask me in my life while being a student, or as a wifey, or when I have the child.
So the balance has to be crazy. The balance just has to be like, because you wear so many different hats, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get through it all? Like, how do you maintain? How do you manage it?
Well, I'll tell you pre-baby, because now with a baby, I don't think I'm managing. I'm not really as free as I was before. But when I used to be a student, and before I graduated from law school, I used to go to school, do all my assignments, whatever. If I have a long break or if I have a weekend, I would be flying out for 48 hours to Dubai, shoot with the brand that I'm working with, and then come back to London. So I always tried my best to strike a balance between work and school.
Right.
And I guess when you love something so much and you're passionate about it, you make the opportunity, you invent the opportunity to do that thing that you love. So my typical day would be at uni, and then in the evening maybe working on my emails or shooting a content that I have to shoot for a specific brand. In the summer I'll be dividing my time between work and having a family trip, and then I don't know, maybe girls trip. I always find time for each thing in my life.
So your day is pretty compact. Like it's pretty much scheduled from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep.
Yes.
Wow, that's
which is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
When before having a baby, and my husband was not around, and I moved to Dubai, and I didn't have school. So this is the first time in 22 years I don't have uni. I'm not in a classroom anymore.
Right.
And I decided to do my gap year to have the baby. So in my pregnancy months, I was here. If I don't have work, I'm at home, right? I can't really move as much, and I can't really travel. I can't really do a lot of things, and I'm free, and that drove me crazy.
Having so much time.
Yes. Why? Because I am someone who is used to being super busy and to being super active, and depriving me from that made me feel empty.
Yeah. And also I want to talk about social media, since like you are an influencer, but you succeed to create a kind of divide between your public social life and your personal social life. I kind of like people like trying to hand the story, who's you are dating, she's married, she's not, she's pregnant, she's not, and that kind of thing, like as you said, like it's become fans want to know more, but you're creating like two different universes. So how you succeed to create a balance between social media, Rawan, and Rawan, the personal life?
Okay, so since I started, I got so many comments like, oh, where are your parents? Oh, like, are your parents even talking to you? Maybe you're making it up, you're not even married. Maybe you're not even pregnant, you're lying, you just want like more followers. And I'm like, no, it's just about dividing, or not dividing, just taking out my private and my personal family life away from the spotlight. Why? Because it involves other people, and other people that are really dear to my heart. My father, my mother, my brother, my sisters are not really made for the spotlight.
Of course.
They don't like the spotlights. They don't like the no privacy life that I have and that I chose for myself. So it's not really fair for them to be forced to be in that life. So I respect that, and I respect my family life, and I really like to keep them away from that and keep it that way. It's social media, unfortunately, it has the good and it has the bad side of it. And I don't want my family to be hurt one day, and I am to be blamed for it. And same thing with my husband. My husband is not really a social media influencer. He's not a public figure, and he's not intending to be a public figure.
Of course.
So I have to respect that, and I have to keep him away from the spotlight. I did post a picture with him on my delivery day. Why? Because his picture leaked before I posted.
Yes.
That's the thing. So his sister has a private account, and it's only her friends and family. I'm not sure how did that picture leak of him and her holding my baby girl. But it was a lovely picture and it was a lovely occasion, so I said, okay, why not? I'll post a picture of my husband. But is this going to happen in the future? No, because I would like to maintain a private family life for me and for the sake of their sanity.
Right, and you do a really good job of that as well. Like just going through, like, you know, the social media, you do a good job of balancing between the two. You know, so that's very commendable, because a lot of people tend to have their entire life, which, you know, for me personally, I'm like that too. I'm a private person in my private life. You know, I don't really want the whole world knowing what's going on behind the scenes. You know, so I understand and respect that.
It would be nice for me when I go to uni in London. I used to snap going to uni, what happens to me, but even my studies, I didn't really share much about it. Until I graduated, I said, okay, look, I actually graduated. People are like, but we never saw you going to uni.
Yes.
Well, I don't have to snap whenever I go to uni with a picture that, oh, hello, I'm going to uni. Those things really, they are precious because they are kept to yourself.
Of course.
As soon as you show them to the public and show them to the public, it's not really as precious.
I think they put certain expectations on you that you don't have to necessarily put on yourself. I think the general public might expect you to do certain things when they know certain things about you, and to kind of eliminate that expectation, you kind of, with the keep private and with the pit public. So,
and I think this is the thing like unique about Rawan, which is like she's authentic to herself. She don't try to move with the trend and trying to be cool every time by doing whatever everyone doing. And this is the thing what she mentioned about. It's not about following number. It's about finally being related to you and kind of understand your kind of like your lifestyle and accept you the way you are. Because what happening is if you're trying to kind of like be what the trend want. Okay, it's easily people starting. Okay, is you are fake, and you cannot fix that.
You will just blend in.
Yes, you can.
Everyone is doing the same thing.
Yes, and that is something really like unique about it. And also, I want to highlight the other point is like about after we talking about like that TV break your story and then starting you getting traffic on social media. I want to talk about being as like from Kuwait, and that kind of traditional family, which is like. Not easy for you as a woman to go on social media. And I remember one of the story like in the airport with when first time you come back from the airport and then starting people like recognize you, So I want to talk like how as a woman from Kuwait you starting become more as a role model for other women who really can have good story to starting being on social media in a good way that yes, family can reject it from the start, but when they see how you are presenting yourself, they kind of like understand it.
Of course. I think the Middle East in general is a conservative society.
Correct.
It is considered conservative in comparison to other countries in the world. However, Kuwait is kind of considered somehow open-minded, and that explains why I was sent to Los Angeles and to London to continue my studies, because in Kuwait, a lot of families, thousands of women yearly go abroad and continue their studies, because in Kuwait, people believe, and Kuwaiti families believe that yes, you can be conservative, but some things come first. And I think this is the thing with social media. Yes, a couple of years ago, people were rejecting it, and still, yet we have a lot of people rejecting it.
Correct.
But now there's a lot of recognition of social media and of the important role that social media plays in our lives. And here's the thing, it's about a balance. You will never satisfy everybody, you will never please everybody, but you can kind of have, let's say, 80% of people liking you and respecting you for what you do in a conservative society like Kuwait. How? Of course, I have to respect the limitations, the religious and traditional or cultural limitations that I have with my outfits, with the way I speak, with the opinions I give, with my behaviors. Because I always have to remind myself that I come from an Arabic Muslim community. And that's it. I think now with the loud voice that I have and the positive message I spread, I think, alhamdulillah, I received a lot of good and positive comments
course.
from queer people.
It's very inspiring because I remember the days like because as like a woman and from Middle East, and you mentioned already like you are an emotional person. Yes, you study law, which is very tough and everything. I can sue you, but at the same time, you are an emotional person, you know. And I think one of the biggest struggle for a woman influencer, it is she take things like emotionally. It's like bullying, because you know that people are so rude on social media, and there is a good and there is a bad. But always an influencer when he's starting, that's a time where like. He's starting sensitive when people are commenting, and also your dad like creating profile and answering to a comment.
My dad reads. So okay, here's the thing. So I read my comments. I read each and every comment I get on Instagram. Because I love them. I feel like they are my family. And when I lived abroad for 4 years or 5 years, I had no friend as much as I have here, and no family around. So I had so much time to read the comments. And there's always this account that had a fake name and like no picture, nothing, and always replies to the bad comments with like, may God forgive you, why would you say this, she's a very good girl, you don't even know her. And I'm like, I wonder who's that person. And then I find out it's my dad. And he always forgets the login details, so he always appears in a different account, all my fake accounts. Yes, it still hurts my family because they might not see the good in it as much as I do, because I'm in it.
Of course.
But for me, years ago, yes, it used to hurt me a lot. I used to really take it into like very personal. And I just don't understand that these people might be free. These people might just be like, okay, let's bug someone. You know? And now, okay, I take the comments that I think they mean something good for me, and they want to fix something that I think is wrong. And then negative, hating, nonsense comments don't bother me anymore. And I think also now the governments and legislations around the world are having laws that can control these hate comments.
Correct,
So even now in Kuwait, I can actually take you to court and sue you if you write a hate comment on my Instagram page, or if you use my pictures for any other purposes. So I think now with these laws, people are, I don't know how to say it, but are being restricted in what they share on social media.
This is really amazing.
100%. Like, and it's good that you take that approach, you know, and make sure that you don't reply or give energy to the negative comments, because what is that going to do? It's just going to feed into the negativity. They're getting more attention.
Not only that, like Rawan, she is very, very strong, because there is like many incident like where they use her pictures and like a product, beauty product, or like some makeup and things.
I wish it was a makeup product. So I got so many messages about these small cards that are being like spread out in UAE of a massage place. And like, imagine a massage place with my picture. And I'm like, if I call and ask for this masseuse, like, will I get her or what? What is this? But again, yes, I can't take these places to court, but you'll think about the money you'll spend and
the time and energy.
No, I agree with you, because it's all about learning process. Because when you started first, you was kind of like it's bothering you, and slowly you understand that you need some negative energy to create positive energy. Because if everything was positive, then you will not understand like, okay, I need to do more. And sometimes you need that like criticism to creating kind of energy. Okay, I don't want to listen to this. I'm gonna do my best, because there is nothing called best for social media. Always people complain.
Right.
Like
all the time. I feel like that's when you use social media.
And especially like for an influencer woman, she's like having like her own degree, you know, she's a lawyer, and at the same time is an influencer, and she can be like, for example, in YouTube, she can be in Instagram, she can be in Snapchat. People start complaining, oh, she do this, she do that, but they don't understand this is something she have to decide. She's the persona. She's not the persona based on people what they like to change with remote control. So, like when you decide to start doing your own company as an entrepreneur, I think this is like a major step for you. So
I guess because social media won't last forever.
agree.
So you need to think smart.
Yes.
I launched a brand, I don't know, I was 19-year-old and I had this team that approached me and they were like, okay, what if we launch your own makeup? I said, okay. So I put my investment and I said, let me launch a brand. Okay, it was not well thought of, although it took around a year and a half, 2 years. But it was a major and a brave step
Correct.
that I took. What's going to happen next in House of Rawan? We are relaunching the brand. Because today Rawan is a mature person, a responsible person, a mother, a law graduate who thinks of everything. So now with better plan, I want to relaunch House of Rawan. This is the first time I ever announced
This is breaking news.
Yes.
We need to add breaking news slogan.
I'm relaunching with a new brand identity, with a new logo, with a new concept, and I really can't wait because this time I'm determined to really have House of Rawan worldwide.
Amazing.
So based on that, you recently had a baby, so congratulations for that. That's amazing. But how are you going to balance the two? Like, how are you going to balance like the relaunching of the brand, the baby, the family?
I guess when you relaunch a brand or when you have your own company, it's not a one-person job.
Yeah.
Yes, I might be the founder of it. I might be the person behind it. I might be the person who will sketch the plans. But at the end of the day, I can't do it on my own. It's a teamwork. You need someone for marketing, someone for strategy, someone for PR, whatever. So I guess having the right team behind me, my soldiers, my army, will help me to strike that balance between work and my baby girl.
Right. And that's very important to highlight is the strength and power of teamwork. You know, I think a lot of people they see you as the brand, as the face of the brand, which is great. But it's also the people that's behind you, that's pushing you forward, that's taking charge of certain areas to kind of push you forward. So that's good that you're not in the team. You know. So you have a law degree. Are you still considering practicing law? No, you mentioned earlier.
So I'm moving to LA in August, and I'm gonna do my master's in LA. What am I gonna do with my degree? I definitely want to do something around that. Not being a lawyer, I'm still not sure about that. But maybe working in an international organization or joining the diplomatic institution of Kuwait, something.
But what is special about August? Moving in August and moving out in August? You just moved here to Dubai last August.
Yes, because here's the thing, because my graduation was in July.
Okay.
So when you take time to move your stuff and whatever, so I came here in August. But why I'm moving out in August because my course starts last week of August. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
gotcha. So you're just taking this year to kind of get things to family, raise your family.
Yes.
And I see also like you are passionate about like class because you talk about it so much. It's not about just like the traditional way of law. You love the class environment, because since when you get pregnant, you're getting that kind of boring moment.
Yes.
Not in the class.
Yeah, actually, funny fact, I actually joined the French class.
Okay.
For 2 months, just because I wanted to like go to a classroom and have a teacher. I don't know. I love classrooms. I love the idea of learning something in a classroom.
And you never stop. You never stop learning.
Yes, and I think life is the best school, but I also love the traditional school of going with other students. And I would love one day to teach law to other students.
No, this is really could be like a potential thing for you, Rawan, because I see like in the last few years untraditional way of people learning. Because, for example, like you are a social media influencer, okay? Maybe people they go to the school or they teach them about social media, but the teacher is not having social media account. We teach him like social media, but there is no practicing. And now we see like new kind of movement of kind of like influencers teaching people how they can build their own image, how they can use the social medias. So you feel yourself you could actually use your own expertise to creating kind of like workshop or like for people passionate about law and social media?
I would have a workshop to talk about the things I learned in law. But to talk about fashion or makeup, I don't think so, because I think a lot of other people are more experienced in that. It's a very humble opinion of me, but I think a lot of other people are specialized in that, and they can give better opinions than me and better teaching than me. But I can teach what I truly find myself in. For example, I've been bullied my whole life.
Of course.
And I really went through a very hard phase in my life when I couldn't feel confident anymore, and I really hated the way I look.
Of course.
So maybe I would teach people how to be confident, how to overcome these obstacles, how to take care of their image. Yes, definitely.
So just building off of that, what advice would you give to young women who face similar situations of like cyberbullying and?
I think, well, that's a very long, deep topic. But I think every woman is beautiful.
Of course.
In all colors, in all sizes, in all shapes. You are beautiful because you are God's creature. And you shouldn't feel less of a woman because you are different than other women. You are beautiful because you stand out, because you are unique. If we all look the same, we will all blend in, we will all fit in, and you won't really stand out. Be confident. Always, I don't know, look up to other inspiring women and other strong women, and truly believe that each one of them went through what you are going through now, but she was strong enough to overcome it and look at the bright side of life.
Of course, yeah. So we can talk about the other thing, which is like, what inspired Rawan?
What inspires me?
Yeah.
I'm not full of myself, but I would say I inspire myself. How? I always set a new goal every day. For example, my goal was to finish my bachelor's degree in law. Okay, I finished my bachelor's degree. What do? I sit back and just watch my degree hang on my wall? No. I set another goal. I want to do my master's in law. Okay, I launched House of Rawan. Did very well. But I think we can do better. Let's relaunch it. Let's do another brand identity. I think we can work better in certain aspects. Okay, I've done this, done that. I want to do more. I always look up to what's better and to what's bigger. So I guess what inspires me is success in all forms. And of course, I would also say there's a lot of even Middle Eastern inspiring women who are very successful and who really inspire me to do better as a woman.
Interesting. So actually your inspiration is from the day-to-day life challenge. So you're always like trying to create some kind of objective to reach, and then you're building that kind of interest day by day.
Right, which is micro goals, micro goals and reaching macro goals.
Which is very inspiring, because she mentioned about, like, for example, House of Rawan. So as an entrepreneur, I really appreciate that point, that people watching us to learn from that. It is fine to relaunch again. So it's okay, because it's not everything like has to be perfect. When people like seeing things can be improved, this is something we need to learn, because at some point when people launch, they're afraid to take that pause and start again.
Back. No. I think it's shameful if you go in the same direction and you know that another direction can do better. Can reach you to a bigger place. That's very embarrassing. I think. But what's not embarrassing is for you to have the strength and to have the courage to say, okay, you know what? I think I've done good, but I can do great. So let me step back, pause, and work on doing something that is bigger, and prove to everybody that step back was actually worth it.
Yeah, of course. That's really good.
So what's next? Any
future projects?
What's the future project?
So I just told you, oh my God, what's next is relaunch House of Rawan, and I think that will take a year or two. Do my masters, that's gonna take a year. What's next? I think focusing on getting my masters done, focusing on House of Rawan. I already have a lot of agreements with brands that I love, and I'm looking forward to really build fun partnerships with these brands. and also spending some more time with my little girl. You know, it's motherhood is a very beautiful experience, and I've only been a mother for the past 20 days.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to enjoying more of that, and because you can't go back in time.
Yes, of
I'm
course.
only gonna live once with my daughter at this age, so I'm gonna make the best out of it and learn every day with my daughter how to be a good and a great mother.
This is really very interesting, Rawan, and I wish you all the best for you and your family, because it's like you really kind of like inspiring story, because I can see like maybe you're writing a book anytime soon.
I wrote a book already, and I'm not doing it anytime soon again. Why? Because when I wrote the book, I was very young, and it's like it has a lot of it's Arabic literature, Arabic novel.
Yes.
It has a lot of like Arabic poetry, but I guess when you are young, you're still learning.
Yeah.
Life has so much to give us. Life has so much to teach us. So I guess maybe in a couple of years when I feel like, okay, I have a lot of things to write and a lot of things to teach and a lot of things to share and stories to share with other people, that would be the time I pick up the pen and start writing.
This is really amazing, because the thing is like what I was talking about the book, because I'm sure the social media doesn't give you the space to tell a lot of story to your fan, because always can give you that 1 minute, 50 second, you know, but you cannot.
You want to know more. You want to know more. You want to know about the person like as well.
And of course, like you have your own like kind of close fan that always going with you from stage by stage, and that things is really like more meaningful than just like numbers, because I did some research about you, Rawan, and I know very well that you are passionate on that like that engagement moment than just on number, because as you mentioned in the previous interview that followership, anyone can buy followers, you know, but keeping that relationship like or like engagement, it's not something you could buy, it's loyalty. And when brand looking for like different influencers, especially in her very competitive space, when it comes, for example, to beauty and lifestyle, they really do a lot of research.
Yeah.
So when she been choosing to do some project, it is really like being the right fit for the brand. So I want to ask you, when it comes right now to be your own brand, and you want to have to launch your own brand as Rawan itself, and at the same time maybe collaborating with some micro influencer beauty and stuff. So what is the thing that you learned from working with a brand that you could actually deploy in your own brand?
I think working with brands at a very young age taught me commitment, taught me loyalty, taught me how to be professional, because they took me as Rawan, who just graduated from high school. I didn't know what a contract means, what an NDA form means, what teamwork means, because at the end of the day, when I do a shoot, it's not about me. Yes, I am the one who appears in the photo, but you have to be on time and you have to give 100%. Why? Because your 100% depends on other 100%, depends on other people showing up. It's not only about you. So it taught me a lot about teamwork, because I think throughout my whole life and being a student in high school and secondary school, it just teaches you how to be good on your own, how to do good in an exam. It's not a teamwork in an exam, no?
Right.
But then you have to be good working with 10 other people, and that was very challenging for me. Because what if I don't like you? Then
of course.
how can I work with someone I don't like, or I don't just I don't know, get along with?
Energy,
you know?
because when you are an artist, it's different than you are a corporate. You are a persona, so you cannot be like changing your mood based on the project.
So brands taught me how to be responsible, how to be committed, how to be loyal to this brand. Because if today I work with this certain brand, tomorrow I cannot just go and work with another brand.
Yeah, loyalty.
There's a competition. There's a competition between them. Because also we talk about credibility.
Yeah.
So I think it's a big world, and what I've learned from it, I've learned so much over the years that I cannot just summarize in 2 minutes.
Very interesting. Yeah, thank you, Rawan, for sharing your story with us. We learned a lot of things, and our viewer really learned a lot of stuff. I want everyone to check Rawan, and I'm sure this is just only like a starting point because
Because
she have brighter future in front of her, and we're gonna be like covering the relaunching of House of Rawan.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yes.
Thank you.
And stay tuned for more episodes on Live in Dubai. And thank you for watching.